It's Open Line Friday, and remember, in case you were not here when I introduced the program today, in honor of Brian Williams and NBC News, you can lie about anything you want today. You can call here and share with us stories of great courage and bravery. Feel free, make it up. Be creative, have fun with it, try to sell it. See how good you are at it. 800-282-2882. This is Philip in Sugartown, Ohio. Great to have you on the program. Hello.
Hey, Rush. I was listening to you yesterday and somewhat today, and you seem like you're making this a contemporary phenomenon that reporters would lie, when in fact this has been going on for as long as I've been alive and reading or watching the news. You had Edward R. Murrow going after Joseph McCarthy, completely unjustified. You had the New York Times and their coverage of Stalin's kangaroo trials. You had Edward R. Murrow saying the war is lost after the Tet Offensive, in which we kicked everybody's rear end.
Well, that was Cronkite.
Yeah, right.
Cronkite.
Cronkite.
Yeah, Edward R. Murrow.
Exactly. And the most Edward R. Murrow was Joseph McCarthy.
Right.
So you have these.
I don't think it's a contemporary problem. I probably have if there's been a consistent theme more than any other topic on this program for the last 27 years, it's been the media. So no, I'm fully aware that the media is not news, that it isn't journalism, that it really isn't even reporting. My creative ways of describing what I think it is change, but the Brian Williams example's just the latest, and it's one of the most glaring. It's right up there with Dan Rather making up a story about Bush and the National Guard. Bush, or rather, that's the one time, the one egregious error of his that we know. I don't know how many others, but there's more than one example here with Brian Williams. But no, I'm sorry that you have the impression that I think this is something that's never happened before. Because I clearly think the exact opposite. I know. I've chronicled every step of the way for 26, 27 years here. But the events that you talk about, like you mentioned Edward R. Murrow and the New York Times ignoring Stalin and the famine and all that, those were not eyewitness accounts. Making up, and a reporter making up eyewitness accounts, that's something that doesn't happen every day. Sure, the media is pro-Soviet. Yeah, they stood aside while Stalin conducted his famine, and the New York Times got a Pulitzer for ignoring it. And I know the McCarthy thing, I know all that. But this is a guy who said he was somewhere and this happened and he wasn't and it didn't. On numerous occasions in different places. You know, the media would have you believe that Ferguson, Missouri happens every day. Multiple times a day, right? Well, this really does. This kind of stuff in the media, making it up, shaping it, doing a narrative, this happens every day. This just happens to be a little bit glaring because it is an eyewitness account. A reporter has made up an eyewitness account. And it is somewhat new. Here's, let's see, this is... grab number 12. This is Brian Williams after the... No, I played that. Here's Howard Kurtz. This is what was next. Howard Kurtz, number 13. This is on American Newsroom on Fox today. And Jamie Colby is talking to Kurtz. That statement, pretty dramatic. So you said you were with him. You saw where he stayed. You believe the story about seeing a dead man floating in the river at Katrina?
I have no way of knowing whether that particular anecdote is true or whether he embellished it. He has told it to me. I was not there at the time of the storm. This was some months later. He's treated like a hero there because he won so many times that he really was emotionally invested in that story. I do think, NBC with its no comment stance, almost has to stand behind Brian Williams because he is the face of the news division. He is the top-rated anchor. He is a bankable star. He's almost too big to fail.
So there you go. Howard Kurtz said there's no way they can get rid of him. He's too big to fail. He's the face of the network. And they're not embarrassed, folks. I mean, they may be behind the scenes, but not like you. But did you hear him? Did you hear this is my exact point? He's treated like a hero there because he went so many times he was so emotionally invested. Yes. And what was his emotional investment? He gazed upon suffering. Oh, my God. And it really hurt. And then he told us about it. When he left, the suffering were still suffering. Maybe even worse. But he was emotionally invested, so he's better than us. They can't get rid of no.